Hey everyone, Erica with a K here. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be an update on my Project Pan and my No Buy 2025. So if you've been following along, or if you've seen my Instagram, or if you've watched my first No Buy Project Pan, if you watched that video, you know that since January 20th of 2025, I decided to do a No Buy. And in that snowball, I was like, this is a great opportunity to do a Project Pan because I had so much stuff that I just kind of shoved in my husband's medicine cabinet or my medicine cabinet that I just didn't use anymore. And I thought, well, if I'm not going to be buying any more products, any more beauty things, then this is a great opportunity to go through the things that we have that I just kind of, that are like literally have nothing left. And I just need to get rid of them. I've only finished one product so far out of all of my products that I had, and I do want to do like a mini review on it. And then at the end of this video, if you're considering doing a Project Pan or a no buy, then I do have some things that I want to talk about just kind of at the end of this video. But let's get into what I actually went through. This is it, the argan oil that in the first video I said, this is like 100 bajillion million years old. I think I noticed that there's like a drop at the end, but I'm considering this done because I can't get that out. If I turn it the other way and pour it out, it doesn't even come out. But I did want to talk, there's like hair on this. It's a mess. I do want to give a review on this. And as I said in my first video talking about how I'm going to be using this, I had this for like a million years. And I don't even know if it's fair to do a review on it because it's so old. But I'm just going to go out there and say, so it made my hair very, very shiny. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I also didn't really like the smell, but again, it's an older product, so sometimes the smells get a little wonky, so we can't judge it fully on that. I just used this literally like second day hair just to throw it into my curls, and it just made them very shiny, very almost greasy looking. I just wasn't a huge fan, and I have other products that I like way more than this one, but no hate, because maybe in your prime you were good, but you're just not in your prime anymore. But I'm really glad that I got rid of this one. Honestly, that's the whole review. So if you guys don't want to hear me yap for the rest of this video, then that's the video. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But if you want to hear more about my no buy and why I'm doing it, this is going to be the video to hear it. So with this new administration, I don't even want to say presidency because I don't even know who the president is at this point. With this new administration, it's just a mess. And we live in a capitalist society. And I know that where we spend our money is the most important thing in a capitalist society. It's what keeps our economy going. It's what keeps everything going. And the first 100 days of a new administration, the economy is like most important. And so that's why I decided to not purchase anything for the first 100 days. I am about 30 days into the first 100. And in the beginning, you know, you feel like you just want to buy some stuff because life sucks and everything's really hard. But as you start using things, you do feel a bit of excitement, or at least I do, a bit of excitement or a bit of like a reward to be like, I use this. I don't have to just go spend my money all the time. I can earn my money and save my money, and I can do these things, and I can make an impact with my money. I could silently protest what's going on with my money. And that has been huge, especially, I don't know if you're like me, but I live in New York and we have pretty harsh winters. Probably not compared to other places, but for my little New York bones, it's pretty harsh. And sometimes when you're just cold and you're cranky and you start getting your winter blues, you think like shopping will make you feel better. And it doesn't. It makes you feel worse because you're waiting for this package to arrive, and then the package arrives and you're like, I'm still sad and depressed. And it doesn't make you feel better. And I'm also like more broke than I was like 10 minutes ago. So it doesn't make you feel any better. And so doing this is not only something that I wanted to do for myself, but also just economically for this new administration. I don't want to support it. I don't support it. I feel like I've been pretty vocal about that. And if there's anybody new here who maybe is not familiar with my content, everything about my channel is a protest against this administration, from upcycling my clothes, being more mindful, under consumption, being more creative. These are all things that directly go against our capitalist society, our current administration. Being a vegan, caring about animals, caring about the earth that we live on. These are things that all directly go against this administration. And I also don't want to support business that doesn't support people. I don't care if you're a citizen or not. I don't want to support businesses that don't support fellow humans. And so I just wanted to end this video with, if you're not in a position to be in a no buy, and let me just say, a no buy is based on whatever you want it to be. And so me and my husband decided we're only going to buy food and food related products, and we'll support small local businesses like to go out to eat. But that's the extent of what we're doing in the first 100 days. You make up the rules for your own no buy, but these are the rules for ours. And so far we've been doing really well. But if you're somebody who's not in a position to do something like this, maybe there are some things that you just didn't think, you can start a no buy at any time. You can have your own rules. You can do whatever you want. But if you're somebody who's like, I just want to enjoy my time on this earth and shopping is something that I enjoy doing, here are some brands that have just shown support for democracy through and through. And I just want to shout them out. So Costco is a number one. We actually were BJ members and we are switching over to Costco because we want to show them support for staying with their DEI. And I need to say this because I think a lot of people think they know what DEI is, but they don't. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that basically means anybody but a cis white man. It just gives the rest of us an opportunity. It doesn't mean that we will get hired because of the fact that we're a woman, a person of color, somebody who has a disability, somebody who is a veteran. It doesn't mean you're getting hired for that reason. It means that the best person for the job isn't always the cis white man. That's all it means. It just gives people like me, people like you, an opportunity. It doesn't mean we have to work less hard. As a matter of fact, we have to work even harder. And I just need to say this. Look at our candidates for the 2024 election. We had a woman of color, and a convicted felon / failed president. But he was a white man and she was not. And people said she wasn't qualified for the position, even though she held vice president. They were getting us out of the crisis that his last presidency put us in. She was a DA. She was so qualified, and we couldn't show up for her because she was a woman of color. And a man who was a convicted felon and a failed president with the worst record so far for presidency, we voted him back in because he was a white heterosexual man. And that is why DEI is so important, because people like Harris don't get these opportunities. Even though they are the most qualified, they're overlooked without DEI. And so that's my rant on this. So I think I only said Costco. So Costco is number one. Ben & Jerry's have been on the forefront from the beginning. I think their parent company is Unilever. They have a lot of other companies. I did see that Elf is just kind of staying quiet, but they are mostly Democratic. And if you think that something like this doesn't matter, boycotting people who don't support people like us, who don't support anybody but the white man, it matters. Look at Target. Target had a backpedal. Target was for Democrats, and then they rolled back their DEI. And then they were like, just kidding. That was a mistake because people boycotted them. And without us supporting you, you don't exist. And that's just the way a capitalist society works. So if you think it's not working, it is. I do want to leave a link down below. I believe her handle on Instagram is the Shabby Creek something. I'm going to leave it down below. She did, I think, multiple posts on companies and brands that she's personally looked up to support during this and people not to support who don't support us, the everyday American. If you are here and you're like, I just wanted to hear about beauty products and I didn't want to hear about politics, I'm sorry. It's interwoven into every aspect of our lives. It's interwoven into everything on my channel. Who I am as a person is interwoven into politics, what I stand for, what I believe in. And if you think it's not, you're not paying attention. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I love you guys so much. Please be mindful where you spend your money. Never forget we the people. It's about us. This administration works for us. And people should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. And that's a V for Vendetta quote. All right, I'm going to go now. Bye, guys.